So what I'm going to do today, so I'm Dale, and I'm one of the summer reviewers for the summer box with Sabbatical Beauty, which means I get to try things and learn, and I also get to learn from the other videos, and I'm actually learning an awful lot. Adeline's here. Oh, this is so good. Hey, hi. So I think I will go over what I'm going to do is my morning routine, and I've just been behind on everything. I've had to grade all the things. I'm finishing up my teaching in New York and getting toward the end of my quarter in California, and it's just one of those hard times. Adeline, that's just no good. And I think I went and bought the type of laptop you have, but that's for another story. I'm so sorry. I love the company that we have, and I look forward to hanging out with people on the replay and on the YouTube channel. So I think what I'll do is just get started with what I have been doing in the morning and then talking about what I will be adding tomorrow, which is the first day, and I don't know how long, where I won't be grading anything that I know of. Okay, let's see. All right, I will start off with the peppermint. Whoa, my camera's over here with the iPod, but that's not what I'm using. I'm using my new computer. The peppermint water, which I confess, I don't just use this as a first cleanse, a second cleanse. I use this throughout the day. So a lot of what's not here, in between grading, when I'm, been sitting in front of the computer for a long time, and I'm just kind of feeling, just been sitting too long, and I want to refresh myself. I just swipe a little bit of this on, and I'm good to go. And I've been sneaking in a little bit of this, but that's for another story, because I haven't integrated it into my routine quite yet. So peppermint water, I love this. I know that it doesn't have any fragrance, but there's still fragrance from, no added fragrance, but there is a fragrance from the ingredients. And it's just this light, fresh scent, as if something's wafting by. And for me, it's incredibly refreshing, and it makes me wonderfully happy. So this travels with me. This doesn't just stay in one place. I love it. After I use the peppermint water, and I can get by with 2 drops if I have to and I'm in a hurry, but I really like using 3 to 4 and really saturating one of my cotton rounds, because when I use it, I can't see, but here we go. When I use it, there'll be times where I'll just hold it in certain areas and just kind of press and feel it. And I don't think it has any benefit. It just makes me happy. So I want to make sure that I have enough on it. So I need more of this in my life, and I will be remedying that shortly. Then what I've been using for my morning routine is the coconut serum. And I'm having a love affair with how these two play together. The coconut serum is so light, but I was trying to explain this to someone the other day, and I have a hair oil that I think they call, Carol, hey, thanks for coming by. I have a hair oil that I think they call a dry oil. And it's something that doesn't get my hair gunky, but it doesn't have the smooth feeling. I don't even know how to explain this. I will fail at this. This isn't like my dry oil, but it is light. It's something that my skin just drinks in. And I can tell you that my skin does not drink this in as effectively if I think that I can maybe just dab this, just put this on and skip this. There's something, I don't know if I think this has exfoliating properties. Let's see. I am happy to see you, Carol. I think that it prepares my skin, but I think that there's something about exfoliating that makes a difference for me, and that lets this serum sink in even more quickly. And I love this serum. I don't know how I'm going to change, except I understand the weather will change, my skin needs will change. But right now, I'm all about the coconut serum. And so this goes on incredibly lightly. I do put a little more of the coconut serum right up here where I don't know why, but above my eyebrows, I tend to get very dry. And I don't know if I do something with my glasses. I don't know. Strawberry is for exfoliating. Oh, and I got to use the strawberry, but that's, again, another story. So my present morning routine. So that, I'm just going to say, I snuck this in and I'm not quite prepared to talk about it, except to tell you that I love this. And the strawberry cocktail, so I'm interrupting, I'm on a tangent, here I go. I felt a slight um, tingling with this, and then it intensified a little bit. And then my cucumber aloe mist went, and I was good to go. I put this on. I am really excited to see what happens with the strawberry cocktail, and I'm going to go slowly. And I think that what I'm going to do, I think that I might use this in the morning because of what I do in the evening with heavier serums. But now I'm all out of order. So I'm not going to talk about the strawberry cocktail yet until I've used it for several days. It just came into my life recently because I did something terrible with the first bottle. We won't discuss that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what my skin thinks of it. I already think I know what's going to happen because my skin likes exfoliating, and it's one of the things that helps my skin retain moisture when I get off layers of stuff that stop the moisture from getting in. Okay, peppermint water, my coconut serum, followed by, I can't give up Dorian Gray yet. I'm going to try and just do the summer box and move away from this because I think I'm good with what I have going on. But I've been following with, oh, cucumber aloe mist kisses. Adeline, that is this. It, these two. It's almost as if I've got, I don't know. They're in committed relationships. These guys do work so well together. We'll stop that. We'll just put you guys over here. Dorian Gray. I've loved this for a long time, for years. And I put that on after the coconut serum. Just one more layer. I love what this does for my skin in terms of texture. And I think that for the summer, though, I may try shifting over to the coconut serum. And I was only going to do the pressed wine serum in the evenings. I was concerned about tackiness, but for me and my skin type, I can get really oily. Dale, replay, team replay, thank you so much. We'll see you then. I do a lot of that. I had to do a lot of that this week, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. I think I might do the red wine serum in the morning and night. I'm just curious. Presently, I've been using it more in the evening lately, but we will see. So peppermint water, and that's followed by the coconut serum by Dorian Gray. Put you guys over there. Sometimes red wine serum and sometimes not, and I think that I'm leaning more towards it. Sorry, just can't help it. Here we go. I knew this was going to happen if I brought it out. I'm just putting it where I get really, really, really dry. A little triangle of love right there. Right there. Right there. Oh, and it just, okay. That wasn't supposed to happen. I follow up with, I didn't bring my sunscreen. You don't need to know. I put on sunscreen. So after my serums, I oftentimes put on sunscreen. But before I do that, I use I just call it my eye stuff, which is not the appropriate name, anti-aging eye gel oil. And this stuff for me is amazing. It lasts for absolutely ever. And I need the smallest amount. And I do put this on before I put my, sunscreen on, because I've tried it the reverse order and I end up doing silly things to my eyes. And so I'm mostly concerned with being dry around here on the corners of my eyes because that gets really uncomfortable for me. And so I just try and get it a little thicker there to just let it sit in. And then if it's one of those mornings where I wake up and I've just got a puffy face because I left the window open and there's a lot of pollen out there. When I'm putting it on, it's just kind of getting the lymphatic system working out a little bit. And so I'm not sure if this is bad for my skin or not, but it sure helps me move liquid with, we'll just leave it at that. And then up again above the eyebrows. There's sometimes that I've put it here if I start getting dry right below my eyebrows, but that hasn't happened for a while. So that would be my routine. And let me just take a look now that I've been prattling. That's the story of that wasn't supposed to happen. That's the story of my teaching life, my own scholarship life, my life when I give papers at conferences. Yes, that's right. That's right, Jennifer. You put a happy little triangle right here. A happy little triangle. You could turn it upside down here and it would almost look like a little happy tree right there. Then you could imagine fluffy little clouds going by. It is lymphatic drainage. I just have issues with that. And so I've just found that tapping that in, it helps it set in really comfortably for me. And, it also gets me to slow down a little bit in the morning. I'm running around like I'm just running around. Wanted to see what else. Morning routine. I've done that. Everything that I've got here, Adeline, is working so well. And so I did try this strawberry cocktail this afternoon. I was too curious to wait. I was going to try and integrate it methodically into my routine, but I was just too excited. And the smell, the feel, and I was a little nervous about the tingle. I was a little worried that maybe it was going to be too much. It's not too strong for me at all. And I have some sensitive skin in some areas, and it wasn't a problem. And I am going to tell you, cucumber aloe mist, that just took away, just toned down the tingle, but the feeling after, I see all these things that I want. So what I think I'll do, changing my routine, is I think I'll be bringing in red wine serum to both morning and evening. And I might let Dorian Gray just try to just have a little time out just so I can play more with everything in the summer box to just see how everything plays together. And tomorrow, this is on my calendar for myself, that I finally get to play around with the detox. And I will be bringing strawberry cocktail in, but I'm going to do it slowly. I think I'm going to be someone that tries it every other day just to see how things are going. I have a same tingle with beauty water, and for me it's the same. And the only place where it was a little stronger for me, I don't know, a while ago I did something with some medication and I put part of my face, this is what I think I did, in the sun, and that it wasn't as protected, and so it got a little angry. So that side of my face, the tingle was a little stronger for me, but everywhere else, even on that half where I hadn't had the reaction, all these little bumps that came out, everywhere else it was the same type of, I don't know, it was a welcomed tingle. It was a welcome sensation. It wasn't anything that was too intense, or sometimes you try something and you wish it would stop and you can't make it stop. It was nothing like that. It was really nice and it was pleasant, but for me it was like beauty water, and I do get a little bit of a tingle with that. I hope I answered that question. And Kristen, you all are saying the nicest things. I want to make sure that I respond to the question. There was a question asked of me that Rachel did, I think it was last night that I saw a video. Everything's a blur. I've had family visiting and too much grading going on. And oh, I loved her live. And I think she had a question for me that was if I could have dinner with 5 people, with whom would I like to have dinner? And so I decided to just go with what was in the moment instead of giving this too much thought. And what I decided was I would love to get my 5 nieces together to have dinner with. And so they could be anybody in the world, dead or alive. I want my 5 nieces. They're in different countries, in different states. Some of them haven't met each other, blended families, all sorts of stuff. And if I could just get them together around a dinner table and I would just sit back and watch them fall in love with each other and get to know each other, that would be pretty amazing for me. So today, in this moment, those would be the 5 people. I have amazing nieces. I am incredibly lucky. And so I think that Marissa, I think, is the next person who is, I think she has a live going on tonight. So I have a question for her. Her question was asking Julie about what prompted her to become a makeup artist. And Marissa's a makeup artist. So I'm learning, things waft in and they waft out. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, I want to know, Marissa, why? What? Because you said yours was completely different. I think you said it was by accident? I want to know why you decided to become a makeup artist. I want to use the word curious, but I'm nosy. I just would like to know what it was that got you there. What kind of path or different paths or what was it? So that's my question to you. And I want to see if there were any questions. Soon, you're welcome. Oh, Carol, I will send this to my nieces. I will. I have some nieces in Spain who are fluent in English and who smile so politely at my Spanish, and some in New England and some in California. That's an excellent idea. I will do that. I love these people so much, and I really do wish that there was a way that they could just hang out. I could just get them all together. Let me just scroll for a little bit and see anything else. Cindy's eating dinner with her honey. That is a great thing to do. Don't give up on the Dorian. Then I'm not going to give up on the Dorian. Adeline, thank you. This has been with me for so long, and my skin just is so happy. So I don't know if any of this is going to show with this camera. We're showing in the other one, and now of course I've been rubbing on my face. I'm noticing changes in my skin, and I've only been using products in the summer box, I think it was since Friday, part of Friday. Was it evening? I think. So not that long, a little over half a week. And what I'm noticing is around my eyes, it just feels so much smoother around my eyes. And I usually have so much more redness. I shouldn't have rubbed on my face so you could see. A lot more redness here. And for me, it's decreased an awful lot when I'm not rubbing on my face. And so I'm really enjoying that. And I also love the smoothness. And I think, I don't know, I think there's something about the peppermint water and the coconut together. My skin is really happy right now. And we've had some warm weather, some cold weather, and that's the way summer is. I'm in a building where it's too cold. I'm outside where it's too hot. It's a season of too much this and too much that, which can also mean too much fun. And I'm liking the change that I'm feeling, especially around my cheeks, which are incredibly dry. Can be incredibly dry, but I don't know. I seem to be taking in products better, much more comfortable. Story of all of our lives. Now I've been scrolling and I scrolled. Let's just come back down. What do I love about Dorian Gray? I don't know if Dorian Gray is supposed to help with redness, but it does with me. And what it does is, for me, it does something with texture and moisture. Who asked me that? Jennifer. For me, it does, I hold moisture in my skin Much better in the winter when it's just too dry. I'm from the Bay Area. I lived in Berkeley for half a century more, and I now live on the East Coast, and I'm not used to the winter here where everything gets ridiculously dry. And Dorian Gray saved me. And then I'm also not used to the humidity and then the change. I'm not used to being where it's really, really humid and then going into a library and doing 8 hours of work or some other place where there's air conditioning. And the Dorian Gray saves me. For me, it did something with acne. So I was getting acne, not where I would normally get it, sometimes around the hairline, but for a while it was just popping around other parts of my face. And I should read up on this. But for me, it just made a difference where I might have spots. It made a difference with texture and the way that my skin can retain moisture. So that, for me, it makes a difference in wrinkles around here, 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 and when I smile. I have some right here too. And Jennifer, did you order the Dorian Gray? Let's see. Carol, that's true. That is so true. So Carol is talking about dark spots, and I have that problem as well, but nowhere. I don't know if you can see them. So I would have. You can see they're much lighter. Maybe I'll take a closer up a picture. If you see some of my pictures where you're closer up to my face, you can see where I have pigment, but you can, it's so much lighter than it was before. It was it, for me, they were very prominent. And so that is true. Dorian Gray. See, I'm just used to having happy Dorian Gray skin, and I can't remember like before Dorian Gray. Rosacea, I do too. I do think that Dorian Gray works with redness really, really well. Um, for me, it made a difference, and I get it here. Just I do, I do. So I love it. Um, I know what you meant, Jennifer. You never have to correct. I've got that. Oh, Jennifer, Natalie is talking about Hydra and suggesting that maybe you might want to try that. Autocorrect has a party anytime I'm doing anything, so yes, it will. It will. Red wine pressed serum, nice difference. These two for redness for me. And so I think Natalie is talking about Hydra and red wine pressed serum, and for me, it's Dorian Gray and red wine. Although I love Hydra, so okay, great. Let's see. It is. I'm going to try and keep this within this amount of time. What I will do is I'll end our live in a moment, unless anyone has any questions. But what I'll do is I'll hang out in the comments. So if you have any questions or anything like that, folks can go. But I will be over there for a little bit. So I look forward to seeing what happens when I bring in the rest of my treats here, and just to see just how happy I can make my skin. And this has been one of the most stressful weeks. I'll just quickly end by letting you know I came home with I came home yesterday from teaching, took my brother up to New York, came home, and my lawn was taken apart, and there was gas pipes were being replaced, and people were in my house that my dad had to let in to replace things, and now there's a big patch of my lawn that is not. And it's just been one of those weeks where anything that could offer you a challenge said, I'm there for you. I'm going to challenge you. So it is nice for me to have this incredible community, and then to have this summer box of just amazing smells. Sorry, I was going to turn off the sound of my phone. Just amazing smells, and then to have happy skin on top of that, and everything feels so good. And my one concern that I would be the person that the strawberry cocktail would just be too strong, the tingle would be too strong. No, and so I am. I'll start slowly, but I'm looking forward to seeing if my skin will get comfortable with me using this once a day, because I just think everything else will come in so much better. And I love it when my skin is exfoliated. Just it feels better, and I like how it looks. So let's see, is why am I not putting on my glasses? Is it the oil that you use? Jennifer, when you're asking about the oil that I use, what are you? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. Can you help me understand um, what came out of my mouth, because I can't recall, and what the question is about the oil? Um, I do love the blush beauty oil, and there are times that that might just happen to come in after an extra cleanse. Summer box, love. Oh, the summer box. The smells are amazing. Oh, the Dorian Gray. This serum, the Dorian Gray is. I love this. And let's see if it's. I don't know if it's supposed to help with what I think it does. Cell turnover and hydration. Okay, so it does exactly um, what I think it does for me. So with cell turnover and everything for me, it does. It just leaves my skin moisturized. And I wonder if the fermented cell turnover increasing hydration. I don't. I don't know. Maybe what it is for me, Jennifer, is when my skin is really dry, and my rosacea is where I have some dry patches. When my skin is really dry, it just makes the rosacea look even more red. Um, and I don't know. So maybe it's because I'm more moisturized, that's part of why, to me, I notice that it's diminished. Um, I don't. I'm glad that Adeline said not to give up the Dorian Gray, because I love this, and so I will. I will go back. I keep notes, and I will go back and read what notes I have about why I think that that might work for me with the rosacea. But I do know that when I've had it really, really bad, that the red wine pressed serum makes a huge difference for me. And so I think that one's really useful too. All right, I think. Never give him up. No. Now, of course, I want to go back and read Dorian Gray, and there's sections in there with lists and travels and things. You don't need to hear that. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are absolutely the best. I adore you. Let's see. So if you are watching this on replay, hey, if you ask a question, I will keep track and I will happily respond to it. And there's a lot of good information here that I'm seeing that's been, I've been reading good suggestions, like the Hydra suggestion. And if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, would you please maybe consider giving this video a like, and maybe share it with some folks that you think might enjoy checking out the Sabbatical Beauty videos. I think that there's a way on YouTube where you can, after you subscribe, you could subscribe to our channel, and I think that there's a way, I think if there's a bell icon, I apologize for not remembering, which will alert you when new videos are up. And I love seeing the videos when they come up. It's something that I look forward to. All right, I've got to stop this. So thank you for being here. Oh, Jennifer, I adore you all. The day's not going well, but I get to hang out with you guys. My husband heard that a lot. All right. Have a lovely evening, and I will see you soon. And I do think that Marissa has a video coming up tonight. I think it might be in an hour, and I neglected to check to see exactly when that is. So when I click out of here, I will go confirm the time, and I'll add that to the comments. All right, have a lovely evening, and bye. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.